I really like solving problems, but I like seeing them solved so that they really benefit someone. Born at the end of the year, I was almost always the youngest person in my class. And so whenever we got to go outside and play sports, I was usually the smallest kid. So I just started reading a lot, really enjoyed it, got interested in archaeology of all things. And it led to, gee, I wonder how they know that stuff is this old, materials, identify them. Just became really interested in how things work. I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to join the Air Force when I got out of high school. And they said, just go for one semester. And then when I was in graduate school, they said, Chris, when are you going to stop going to college? Started out in chemistry at Penn State. I got interested in medicine. Rutgers accepted me into graduate school, gave me a fellowship. I worked there and got a Ph.D. in organic chemistry. The BioGuard came about from a kind of an unusual event. David Lerner was a garment salesman, and his father-in-law developed bed sores. He was in a wheelchair all the time. So when he was down in Mexico buying fabrics, he said, I found this cool fabric made of alginate, seaweed. It's really soft and full of water. I think it would make a great bandage. And so he looked up who was the president of the Wound Healing Society, Greg Schultz, the biochemist here at UF. Showed Greg the sample, and Greg said, yeah, it's a nice material, but it's too soft. But I know this guy in material science who can tell us how to make it stronger. They invited me down, the three of us met, and I said, sure, we can put some fibers in it, we can do some things to make it stronger. We called up Bruce Mast, who is now chairman of plastic surgery here. And Bruce came down and said, yeah, that would make a good wound dressing, but there's already stuff on the market just like it. He said, can you make it kill bacteria? I had tried to immobilize some quaternary ammonium things like benzalkonium chloride on surfaces. And so I had another super postdoc, and he tried growing polymer chains with positive charges along the chain off the surface. And we tested it on bacteria. Lo and behold, it killed the bacteria. When people get older, their skin gets thinner, more delicate, and if they're cognitively impaired, they bump into things more, and so they frequently get cuts. This is used in a lot of nursing homes. And the burn unit here at Shands, there's a poster on the wall that shows how it really sharply decreased the amount of bacteria that grew on burns, which we think improved healing. But after trying it on 2 patients, they switched 100% to using BioGuard. Outside here in the parking lot, the Dean of Engineering stopped me when I was walking out there. He said, Chris, we need a biomedical engineering program here. And I said, yep, I agree, we sure do. And he said, I want you to do it. I said, how do I do that? I've never done that kind of administration before. And he said, well, you just form a committee. You get someone from each of the engineering departments, and he said, give it a nice name. How about BGAP, Biomedical Graduate Education Program? So we did that, and we created a biomedical engineering graduate program here, which eventually became a department. And it is a thriving department now. It's done wonderful. I really spend most of my time reading. A lot of times my wife will say, you're reading an article, a technical article, why don't you relax? And I say, this is what I enjoy doing.